Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK. Now, you may be a little bit surprised because it's Thursday and it's 2 o'clock. And for those of you that regularly follow us here at Clarity, know that we normally do Monday at 2 o'clock, Tuesday at 2 o'clock, and also Friday at 2 o'clock. So don't be confused. It's not any of those days. It is Thursday. And I thought since we were in the middle of our big Clarity Autumn half price sale, well, I say half price, it's up to 70% off on the website, then I thought I would take this opportunity. It's horrible outside. It's persisting down and the wind is sort of blowing. If the overhead camera starts wobbling, you know why, because it's very, very windy. So I thought I would take this opportunity to come on and shine a light on some of my essential or favorites from the sale. Okay, now some of the items I'm going to share with you will have 50% off. Some items will have 70% off. And yeah, but we'll talk more about that in a little while. The lovely Gracie is in the room with you over in New York. So if you've got any questions, she's there to help. She'll pop the link up to the show page where the items I'm going to have a look at during the course of this hour are available. But if you go to the claritycrafts.com website, which is detailed below, there's a banner on the front page, autumn sale, click in there, and you'll see some amazing offers. Now, if you are a Clarity Craft Club member, there's no discount on any of the sale offers because at 50% off or 70% off, that is a fantastic saving. I'm just seeing that we've got some friends in the room already. I started a little bit early. Poor Hazel's nursing a cold. Lovely to see Ken in the room. Good afternoon. And Jane. Yeah, it's lovely. So I just thought half hour or so, won't take up the whole of your afternoon unless I do too much waffling. But there are some things that, as a crafter, sort of like, for me, are essentials or sort of like those go-tos that you think, do I need another set? Or I wasn't aware of that, because I also know that we have many new friends joining us. And the world of Clarity is definitely spreading around the UK and indeed the whole world. So thank you very much. And it's quite interesting seeing, as I'm printing off the orders, I'm not going to name anybody on how many orders people have placed. But it's nice to see that we have new friends joining us and taking advantage of the offers. And it just, yeah, you know what? It's nice that despite everything that's going on in the world, I mean, especially today, it is horrible down here in Kent. Absolutely horrible. It really, really is. It was dark this morning. It was pouring down rain. All the leaves were on the road. The water was running down like a river. The wind was blowing. Couple of staff sort of live locally and walk in, and they look like drowned rats when they turned up this morning. So yes, I thought it's a perfect opportunity to get together with our Clarity friends and family and just have a look at some of my favorites. So I thought what we'll do, I'll bring up some full screen graphics just so you can see the information in a little bit more detail, and then we'll have a look at them individually. So I'm just going to swap over to a different screen. Now, for those of you that follow us here at Clarity, you know that we're currently also in the middle of the countdown to Christmas. And every day, Barb shines a light on a product. And today, it's one of Barb's and one of my favorites as well. So I thought it's a perfect opportunity. If you don't follow the blog, go to barbaragrayblog.com, where you can subscribe to that. And every time Barb does a new post, which currently is every day at the moment because of the countdown to Christmas, you'll be notified when that happens. So today's offering is the Town 3-way overlay stamp, mask, die and stencil collection. The item number for this is 21167. So you can see here, normally it's £38.97, half price in the big autumn sale. So you're going to be saving £19.49 and you're only paying £19.48. So you're paying less than what you're saving. How's that? That's crazy. I've got some bits of artwork to share with you on this. Then this is for every crafter. It doesn't matter whether you do Pergamano, whether you do Groovy, whether you do paper crafting, sewing, stitching, whatever. This is a must-have. So this is your Pergamano tool organizer. The item number for this is 70130. Normally £41.99. You're going to save £20.99 and it will cost you £21. Now, for those of you that know me quite well, you know when it comes to Groovy and parchment craft, my other best friend, apart from the starter kit, is the Pergamano Excellent Embossing Mat, the pink mat. If you're struggling with your white work, or if you're too heavy-handed like me or light-handed, then this is perfect. The item number for that is 70075. Normally £20.99. You're going to save £10.50 and you'll pay £10.49. Then let's have a look at some colour. So as we've said before, just because it says Pergamano on the box or the tin or the packaging, it's not necessary. So this is fantastic. These are double-ended watercolour pens. You've got two different tips on the end, on either end of it. Item number for this is 70060. You're going to save £15.74 and pay £15.74p. So that for 30 pens, which technically is 60 because you've got the two different ends to it. How about some must-have clarity stencil brushes? You can never have too many stencil brushes. You're going to save £13. The special price at half price during the autumn sale is £12.99. Item number for that is 30006. Then I love these. This is the Groovy Corner Craft Punch collection. I've got some display balls to show you these, and there's also a video on the product page as well to show what you can do with them. The item number for this collection is 42322, all available individually. However, you're going to save £21.22, bringing the price down to £21.23. Now, as with the Pergamano tool organizer, we do love a little bit of storage. So how about some 8x8 designer paper and parchment folders? These are perfect for your bow wobs, your infusion papers, your designer papers, your companion papers. Item number for this is 30562, saving £5.99, paying £6. And I would say, knowing what's on the horizon, now may be the perfect opportunity to stock up on one or two of these folders. Okay, now the next couple of items I'm going to show you have got 70% off. And when this stock has gone, this has gone. So often, obviously, this isn't something that we make, but I know we do have small amounts of stock of this left. So the item number for it is 30849. This is Barbara's Word sticker collection. £9.44 saving, and you're only going to pay £4.05. 70% off. We will have a look at these in a little bit more detail, but as I said, once this has gone, it has gone. There's no current plans to restock this particular product. And the same also applies for the Feel Good Factor word sticker collection. Same price, £4.05. Item number 31048. And then finally, 70% off as well is the Leonie's Word sticker collection, item number 30834, £4 and 5p. So if you went for all three of those, that's 4, 8, £12. £12, and you're going to get all three of them, where one of them are normally £13 and 49p. Welcome to the Clarity Big Autumn Sale. So let me bring some details up on the screen. So that's what I'm going to share with you during the course of this hour. Now, I know many of you have got a lot of those items already, but for those that are tuning in maybe for the first time, maybe you're not familiar with it. I mean, we have such a vast a range of products on our website that you can really get lost in there for hours now, especially when you start scrolling through the sale pages. So I thought, you know what, let's focus on a couple of items. So details on your screen there is item number 21167. So this is the town 3-way overlay stamp with the mask. Then you've also got the die and the stencil collection. £19.48. So let's have a look at the stamp on the overhead. There we go. So this is the stamp. You've got three of the different stamps. You've got the outline, you've got the infill of the outline, and then you've got the background infill. And as you can see from these are just printed out in black line art. So they look beautiful just on their own, don't they? But the idea is that you can use that one with that one, you can use that one with that one, you can just use that one on its own, you can use that. There's so many different combinations, and I'm sure there will be YouTube videos where you can see exactly how these work. Now, I've got some artwork to share with you. So this is a piece of artwork. I'm going to zoom in. This is a piece of artwork that Barb created. So let's have a look. So there we go. So this is using all three of the stamps. So the actual houses themselves are done in the black line art. Then it's been infilled with the tealy blue to add color to the lines. And then this one has put all this lovely colour in the background. And then that has been coloured in black to make it a real night sky. Isn't that beautiful for a Christmas card? So this one here is from Linda Spencer. So she's done some gold embossing on that one. So we can get that one. There we go, the gold embossing on there. And it looks like pearlescent paint. This one here from D. Paramore. I love the monochromatic. And that one is just using this stamp. Oops, I'm going to zoom out now. That was a good zoom, wasn't it? So that is that. Then we've got this piece from Jane Telford. I love that. Welcome home. Really nice. This one from Linda Spencer. So Linda's used the stamps, and then in the background she's used the stencil. And then finally we've got another piece of artwork from the lovely Sam Crow, and she's taken all three of them. So that's your outline, that's the background, and then that's the infill. Okay, so that's the stamp. So you're going to get that as part of that price. Then we'll have a look at the stencil. So this is your 7x7 stencil, and obviously it works both ways depending on what way you lay it down. Then we saw that in the background to that piece of artwork. Let's have a look. So we've got this piece here from Andy Duggan, and he's used the stamps in the back. No, that's the stencil in the background, and then look at that, very arty. This one here from Sam, she's put some texture paste through it. That's lovely. And on the inside, she's used the stencil to decorate the inside. Then lovely D. Oh, I like that. That's very beautiful. Look at that. And then finally, this one with no name. Very sort of funky and fresh. So that's your stencil. Okay, so that's included in that price. Then we move on to the aperture die. Oops, let's move that out of the way. So this is a 4x4" deluxe cutting die. So we turn it over. And what's great about our aperture dies, if you're not familiar with them, is that the outside edge does not cut. It only cuts on the inside. So what that means is if you cut into a card blank, so this is a 6x6, you've got this lovely frame around the outside. Okay, so that's just die cut in white with black behind it, and then black cut with white. So imagine just doing all the lovely designer papers in the background. And because of the way in which the die has been designed, because it's an aperture, you can actually cut the frame away. And that's exactly what Debbie McMullen's done on this piece. So she's removed the frame, she's trimmed away some of the houses. So you can see she's just removed that like so. And then it's not in a frame at all. Oh, I like this one. This one is D. Look at that. New home. She's just taken one of the little houses. Now, I know this is Barb's piece of artwork. This is Trap the Scrap. And this is on a little 4x4 canvas. And the colour is all the bits that's fallen out. And I know there's definitely on YouTube, there are videos on how Barb does Trap the Scrap on that. Then we've got Dee Paramore. Again, she's removed the frame, moved the path as well. So it gives it a different look. Another one from Dee. Thank you, what a lovely surprise. And then finally, one more, and this one is from Sheila Metzler. So just by die cutting in a pattern paper also gives it a different look as well. So the item number for that, for all of those, you're going to get the stamps, you're going to get the die, and you're going to get the stencil. Item number is 21167, £19.48. Right, what should we move on to next? I know. Let me just grab my pink bag. Okay. I've had mine 10 years now. And as long as I put everything back in there, I know exactly where to find it. It's my mobile craft room, in a way. Now, it does come to you empty. I mean, that's the joy of crafting. At £21, item number 70130. And I know you've seen me do this so many times, but when you see how much you can get in there, the quality on this is amazing because it's all double stitched. So let me just bring that into there. The quality really is because it's all double stitched all the way around. And I know many of our friends have, I mean, there's a little pocket there. I think, was it Richard? He's stamped on it, or he's put something on his here. I mean, it's a little bit grubby, but that's part of it, isn't it? So let me just have a look. So we're going to open up. I should have gone even wider on this one. Where am I going? I'm going to start that way. Yeah, start that way. Okay. Come along now. Right. I haven't opened the zips all the way, that's why. There we go. So in here, you've got these plastic pockets here as well. Like so, for storing bits and pieces. Got that. I've got some blades for my craft. I've got some micron pens in there. Then I've got what I call my essentials. So I've got like my scissors, my Japanese craft knife, some quickie glue pens, erasers, a couple of extra tools. Then one or two of the groovy wooden tools. I've got my skizzers, more eraser pencils. Then we've got the Perga liner pencils, which are all available individually. So if some of your colours are running short, you can top those up. Then we move on to I haven't unpacked from TV last week. Perga colour pens. Okay, we'll have a look at those next. 30 of them. They're all numbered and they're all double-ended. I'm just going to take one out. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Need to remember to put that back. Then we've got our Pergamano metallic gel pens. Louise loves working with these. Then we start looking at our Pergamano embossing tools. You've got the ball tools. Then we go into our multi-needle tools. Look, it keeps going. I've got some pencil cases in there of top-ups. This one, I haven't even put anything in there yet. The elasticated bands in there. Then over here, I've got another pocket, zipped up. I've got space here. It really is, if you're looking, it's, as I say, it's not just for your Pergamano products. You can use for your pencils. If you're into your knitting or your crocheting, great for your different crochet needles. Yeah, really, really, for me, as long as I put everything back in, which I haven't done yet, then this is my mobile craft room. When I go to TV, when I go to workshops, go to retreats, everything is in there. So that's the details on the screen for that. I mean, £21. Okay, so that's that. So then my next favorite item is the pink mat. Let me just grab that off of here. Comes to you in a lovely tin, like so. And it really is, it's like a silicone mat. But for me, doing the white work, it really sort of gives me sort of control with my pressure. If you've got our light wave panel, the light will illuminate through it as well. And you can just roll it back up and you can put it back into the tube. Or depending on where you're working, you may keep it on your work surface all the time. It's entirely up to you. You wouldn't get it back in. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And back in the tube it goes. Okay, so that is your pink mat. So that is 70075, £10.49. Then we move on, wrong button, that one. Then we move on to the pens. So you saw mine in the in my bag. So you've got a beautiful selection of 30 different colours. As I said earlier, the double-endedness of them. Double-endedness, is that the right? Where's my remote control gone? Okay. You've got like a bullet tip. We're coming closer. And then on the other end, you've got that super fine line. And what's great, it's got like a plastic sheath on the end, so it doesn't splay. Sometimes when a nib is so fine, what can happen is that over a period of time, it splays and it gets wider and it's be as wide as that. These are water-based, so you can use them for your watercolouring, you can use them for your stamping, your colouring in books. Barb's has been using with the mix mats and the water brushes, and it changes the colour when you, rather than going direct onto that colour, and you use it with watercolour as well, with water, it gives it a completely different look as well. So that is that. Then, oh, that's my one. I'm not putting that back in there. Stencil brushes, bouquets of brushes. I wonder how many Barb has got. I know she's got several pots like this back at the studio. And these are, you'll often say people, I've got one set for my paints, I've got one set for my distress inks, I've got one set for my distress oxides, and I've got another set for archivals. It's all about its choices. And at the price on the screen at £12.99, maybe you think, you know what, I could do another box or two or three. Now would be the perfect opportunity if you're looking to add to your stencil brush collection. Right, what else have we got? Where we're going on to? Right, corner punches. These are not just any corner punches. These are groovy clarity groovy corner punches, and they do more than just corners. So let me bring this in on the overhead. This is my little display board. Okay, so if you want the complete collection, the item number for that is 42322, which is on your screen, £21.23. Let me just show you a punch. Okay, so this is your punch. They are all available individually, and you can see there you've got 5 different decorative corners. Okay, and that's really, really top. And when you go through card, the crunch that it makes, you know that's quality. Okay, so they work like photo corners to attach your work, whether it be card, whether it be parchment, photos. If you're into your scrapbooking, then that's the way forward. But they also can be used as decorative borders. So this corner one here is this one. Then this one here is this one. That one is that one. This one here is that one. And then this simple one is that one. So if you want to see how to turn a corner into a border, if you go to the website and you go to item number 42322, go into the product, and as you scroll down with the product information, there's a video of a YouTube video that I did. I can't remember when it was now, but I show you how you can do borders, how you can do frames, how you can do something like this. So I've got my parchment, so I've done sort of like 2 edges, and then that goes in there so it can keep that in place. You see, you can do flowers. That's just doing 4 of those. I think that was a Jane Telford idea. You can see like that, and if you've got double-sided paper, you can turn it around. That was another Jane Telford idea. If that was different color, you get a different look again as well. So you can do that like so, and then you turn it over and you get a completely different look as well. But that's all on that YouTube video. And just to show you exactly, I'm going to take one. So let me just pop this out of the way. So I've got a piece of card. Let me come in a little bit. So easy to, you can either do it on the flat, that goes in like so. Okay, now listen to this crunch. And there is your corner. Turn it round and go like so. Okay, now depending on the thickness of your card or your paper, I can do it in my hand and then go all the way around like so. So now I've got my 4 decorative pieces for my piece of artwork to sit on the inside. Now, you'll notice that there's no mess on the counter. That's because it's all being stored in the little container underneath. So you can see there, you've got like an arrow, and it's a raised ridge. All you're going to do, I tend to do it away from it, is you press down on that and you slide, and it slides out of there. There is all your rubbish, like so. Okay, that goes in the bin. But this is now how you would use it as a border. So for example, if I take a piece of card like so, and what I'm going to do is I'll just go into the middle roughly, and I'm going to punch that so you can see that now I've got, and then all I'm going to do is just line it up, and I'm just going to catch the edge like so. Normally I won't keep taking it out, but I'm just taking it out so you can sort of see how it works. And then I'm going to go over that side like so. Just got to make sure I'm catching just the end. And so now you can see exactly how I've created that piece. So if I want to put that piece of paper in there like so, I've now got a lovely decorative edge. Or if I wanted to, if that was a different color, I could turn that over. I could cut that off and turn it into a border, just like I showed you on the display. Then all you're going to do is on the piece that you've taken out, you can see that you've got two little ridges. Very gently, you just reposition them, push that in until it clicks, and that is now locked. Okay, so that is your, and it's the same on all of the 5 different designs. So let's just clear this mess up. That goes over there, that goes there. So that's your corner punches. Corner punches. Okay, that's those. What next? 8x8 storage folder. We just grab that from there. So these are great because they're going to hold your 8x8s. They're going to hold your companion papers, your designer papers, your designer parchment, your BOWOD papers, your infusion papers, or maybe you've just got projects that you're working on the go. I know Barb uses this also for those lovely alcohol backdrop prints as well, which are 7x7 with the little tops and tags. Top quality, they really are. And I know that you can get like the companion papers or the designer paper, you can get one book there and one book there. So maybe you've got Indian summer and you want a folder just for your Indian summer. Let me just bring those details up on the screen. There we go. So you could have your Indian summer designer paper and then your Indian summer companion paper, or you could have your Indian summer designer parchment and your Indian summer designer paper or your companion paper in there as well. So that is your 8x8, so it's £6 on there. And I say, knowing what's coming up on the horizon, can't say when, I'd get shot. You may want to put some top up on those ahead of the game. Next item, these ones are at 70% off. So this is the sticker book. So this is Barb's Words stickers. Okay, so let's have a look at D. I can't believe it's 70%, £4 these are. So in here, you've got, they're A5, you get 8 sheets, 4 in black, 4 in white, 460 stickers. Okay, and if you're looking for words that sort of, you can really hear Barb saying these things, you really can. Gratitude, grace, magnificent, enjoy the journey, the circle of life, thank you for being my friend, be good, do good, feel good. Blimmin' brilliant. If it didn't happen, it wasn't in your destiny. Today, you are you. That's so very true. So you've got them white writing on black and then black writing on white. One day at a time. Dance that dance. Don't worry. Be happy. Life is good. Good for you. Always do the right thing. So you're going to get all of those for £4 and 5p. And when that stock has gone, I say there's no current plans to have these reprinted. So once they are gone, they are gone. Then we're going to have a look. Getting confused with all my buttons. Feel good factor. So this was a result of the Shack. So again, you've got 8 sheets, 4 black, 4 white, 460 stickers, £4 and 5 pence. You are my rock. You are such a comfort. Well done. Always and in all ways. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I can't sing, so I won't be teaching anyone to sing. Oh, happy day. Safe, happy, and creative. Brilliant. Epic. I think of you every single day. So happy for you. Togetherness. And these are great. I mean, you can see these are all individually cut, like so. So if you're looking for a really quick and easy, just a little sentiment, whether it be on the inside of the card or the outside of the card, they're great. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Be still and listen. You are a beautiful person. Be yourself. Get groovy. Definitely get groovy. So that is the feel good factor. Love is kind. Follow your heart. We are here for you. smile. Smiling's always good, isn't it? I think it just makes you feel a little bit better if you smile. Then finally we have Leonie's. So bring those in. So you've got 6 sheets, 3 black, 3 white, 452 stickers. And these are definitely words that Leonie would say, hey, you're a bit lovely. Where did the time go? What else we got? Never forget your inner sparkle. Let it shine. I'm a round peg in a square hole. Let's go and break some rules. Explore, dream, discover, create. On to the next great adventure. So you've got all of those in there as well. So you've got art, adore, hello, hero, grumpy, lush, mucky, donut, nourish, noodle, doodle, all of it, so many different. If you're into your journaling, then these are great. And again, that price, £4 and 5p. And once they have gone, they have gone. So that's Leonie's, once they're gone, they're gone. The Feel Good Factor, when they're gone, they're gone. And Barbara's, when they're gone, they're gone. Okay. So that is that. What else do I want to share with you? Okay. Just around the corner, literally, in November, I know, let's go. The clocks change this weekend here in the UK, so they fall backwards. So here in the UK, we will be gaining an extra hour's sleep. But what also means then, we then approach November and December, but in November, we have our Christmas open days and one-day workshops. And I know that we've been putting the plans in place. We're working out what the demonstrations are going to take place, the make and takes. There's a snip clinic. There's refreshments. There's a tombola. There's so much going on. So let me bring some details up on the screen. Our open days take place in Ditton, which is near Maidstone in Kent. Open days is a Friday and a Saturday. So if you want to come on the Friday, the item number for that is 60214. It's £10 to get in. That's for all day from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. There's free parking, there's mince pies, there's hot drinks, there's cold drinks, there's sandwiches, cakes, biscuits. What more could you want as a crafter? There's make and takes being done. There's a stampy one by Sarah Brennan and a groovy one by Hazel Edwards. Then we shall have lovely Glynis and lovely Louise. So gorgeous Glynis and lovely Louise will be doing the snip and perforating clinic. Then so this is happening on both the Friday and the Saturday. So if you want to come on the Saturday, the item number for that is 60215. Again, £10 for that whole day. I know many of you come for both days, but something we introduced last year is a one-day workshop on Sunday. Now the spaces are filling up very fast on this. So if you're looking to treat yourself for an early Christmas present, or maybe it's your birthday in November, if you want to get inky and arty with Barb, then item number for that is 60216. It's £125 for the day with a sandwich lunch, refreshments throughout the day. Now, if you are a club member, you'll also get your club discount as well. So as a Diamond Club member that belong to all 3 of our craft clubs, you'll receive a 15% discount, and that brings it down to £106.25. However, if you want to get in the groove with Linda, and this is Linda's last ever workshop here in Ditton, item number for that is 60217. Same price, £125 plus your relevant club discounts as well. So the open days, it really is, we do one in June and then we do the Christmas ones in November, and we have carol singing. For those of you that haven't been before, so let me go around the room and explain. It's a beautiful venue, recently refurbished over for the years, and the people that sort of run it are absolutely amazing. They're so helpful. So we'll start off when you come in the front door. So when you come in the front door, you will be greeted by the lovely Sue that many of you have spoken to. Sue, who looks after all our clubs, takes orders over the phone, deals with any queries you may have. And also she will be joined by the lovely Sheila. Now, Sheila is Barbara's sister-in-law. She's married to brother Steve. So that's your meet and greet as you come in. Then we'll have lovely Tina Morris. She'll be running the tombola. Then we have the make and takes. As I mentioned, Hazel will be getting groovy and Sarah Brennan will be getting all stampy. Then as we move around a bit more, we'll then have Glynis and Louise on the perforating and snip clinic. Then we go into the middle of the room where we have the lovely demonstrators. So let's see, Groovy, Linda Williams and James Helford. And we'll move around a bit more. Then we've got Eileen Godwin, Queen of Stencils. She'll be joining us on the Friday and the Saturday. Then we move around. We've got, they're not necessarily going to be in this order. I'm just going from where they've been in the past. Then we've got Deborah Wheeler, Clean and Simple, Landscapes, Mini Makes, beautiful stamping, crisp line art, absolutely beautiful. Then last time I think she was next to Grungy Sam. So Sam Crow will be there with the jelly plates, bow wad papers, inks, paints, you name it. That's Sam. And then also we'll be joined by the lovely Janice Phillips and her timestamp creations, range of stamps and stencils. So that's in the middle of the room. Then we go around the outside of the room. On the tills, we will have the lovely Lisa and Gracie. Gracie's coming over from New York, so that's going to be great. And then around the other side, then we've got Barb and her pottery. I think she's in that garage at the moment making some pottery. Then we have lovely Hilma, Barb's mum, selling her little dingly dangly bits and pieces for your glasses and everything else. Then we have Jilly. She walks around, she helps people make sure the stock's on the shelf. Got any questions you're not sure about, she's there to help. And then finally, one of the most important roles is in the kitchen, keeping us all fed and watered, will be the lovely Jazz and her mum. So I think that's everybody. Yeah, they really are two fantastic days. Even if you just come for one day, come on the Friday, come on the Saturday. But I know since we introduced the one-day workshops on the Sunday, many of you come on the Friday, have a day off on the Saturday, and then come for the workshop on the Sunday. Hotels, there's loads of different hotels in the area. You've got Premier Inns, you've got Holiday Inn Express, you've got little boutique hotels, there's Airbnbs, travel lodges, and they're all sort of easy. Ditton is lovely, and then just up the road you've got Aylesford, you've got the Priory. It really is a beautiful place to visit. So even if you want to take a leisurely drive down one day and have a look at the sites, and then come and get crafty, see what we've got to share with you. Carol singing. Oh, every hour on the hour we normally do a raffle. So when you come in and you hand your ticket in, we swap it for a raffle ticket, and you keep that throughout the day. And every hour on the hour, thereabouts, Barb will get up, she'll put a hand in, pull out, and the prizes, I mean, just for the prizes. So yeah, so plans for that are in full swing. So I'm looking forward to that indeed. Right, I think that was all I wanted to share. I mean, there are other bits that I could share with you, but I'd be here until we go live at 10 o'clock tomorrow. But check out the Big Autumn Sale, up to 70% off. There's no club discounts on the sale items. Some items are excluded, like recent launches, etc., etc. Yeah, it's definitely worth just having a little browse. You never know what you might come across, because we often here at Clarity forget what beautiful designs we have in the cupboard, from stamps, stencils, dies, groovy. I go, oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I'd forgotten about those. And a lot of them, for me, I should have brought them in. Clever Corners, the stamps, Clever Corners, I could spend days just playing with the clever corners. And special day sentiments in stamps and groovy. They are perfect for everything. Okay, special day sentiments, A5 square stamp set, and an A5 square groovy plate. They will be my two essential stamp and groovy plates that would cover everything. So yeah, so have a look on the website. You never know what you might find. So we've just got a question. Okay, so we have a new customer that's asked a question. Where do people get design ideas from? As worried about copyright. If I see an image online, I want to do parchment craft. Any advice? Appreciate. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you belong to Groovy Worldwide or Clarity Worldwide, you'll often find that a lot of the designs have been created using our groovy plates. And we're more than happy for you to use the groovy plates to make your cards, sell your cards. But if you see something that someone's created within one of those groups, just ask, what have you used? How have you done it? And if you do recreate that and you decide to share that elsewhere, then just remember, it's always polite. If you've taken inspiration or you've copied a piece, someone's artwork, for example, and you've done it and then you're sharing it and you've created it yourself, it's always nice just to reference back that you took your inspiration from such and such over on such and such place. I think it's that nice sort of common courtesy, isn't it? And with parchment craft, a lot of the plates are quick and easy. Not quick and easy isn't the right way. They're designed so that you can just trace them out, add whatever skill sets you want to add to them, and the job is done. But because it's so easy to do, that many of you are, you play around, you take a bit from this one and a bit from that one, etc., etc. So, but yeah, if you see it on Clarity Worldwide, Groovy Worldwide, the person that's obviously posted it has created that piece of artwork. So just reach out to them, just say, is it okay if can you tell me what colors you've used, or if you want to do it exactly like that. So copyright is always, I've seen it in the past, and it is a grey area, so to speak. But I think if you've taken inspiration from someone and then you're sharing it, maybe you have your own blog, or maybe you belong to another Facebook group or an online group, and you pop it on there, I think it's always nice just to refer back to, I took my inspiration from such and such. I think it's a nice way of sharing, isn't it? And I think it gives you that confidence then that you've taken inspiration from someone done, and then you've put your twist on it. But as I say, we're more than happy for you to make and sell on any of the Clarity products, as long as they're not sort of like mass produced. I mean, you don't sell the die cuts, etc. But you're selling the finished artwork, then we're more than happy for you to do that. So thank you for asking that question, because sometimes it is a question that not many people know the answer to. So I was only going to be here for half an hour. I said to Gracie, unless I waffle too much, it could be a full hour. But I think 48 minutes is more than sufficient. So thank you very much for joining me for an impromptu 2 o'clock show on a Thursday afternoon where it's wet and windy. Tomorrow we'll be back with you at 10 a.m. So it's Barb and myself at 10, and then Louise and myself at 2 o'clock. And all I'm going to say, what a load of balls. So thank you for keeping me company this afternoon. Thank you as always to the lovely Grace. And we look forward to keeping you company again very, very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.